Is veganism a trend? First of all, let's define this term so that everyone knows the definition. Veganism is a lifestyle in which a person tries to avoid all kinds of exploitation and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. Not a big proportion of human populations in high-income and middle-income countries are vegan. So a person might think that, like a vegan person might think they're different and special. Plus, mostly younger populations are vegan, and like a number of vegans are increasing very rapidly right now. So it seems like it's a trend. But in reality, vegans are considered to be weird rather than cool. So why would anyone be vegan, right? Why? Okay. So 2.6 million years ago, meat became a significant part of pre-human diet. Eating plants was easy. You didn't have to chase plants. But hunting provided humans with warm clothing and new source of food, meat, which is calorie-dense. It contains a lot of essential amino acids and several vitamins. This dietary change led to increased human brain size, which means it helped us evolve. So if meat helped us evolve, and it's delicious, and for example, leather shoes last for years, then why would anyone try to avoid them if they can afford it? There are three reasons for this: environmental, ethical, and health reasons. First, let's talk about ethics, which I think is the easiest part to understand for humans, because humans are sensitive and they feel bad for the animals. If you see someone killing a pig in the middle of the street, would you stop them? Yes, because you feel bad for the pig. But if it's happening behind the closed doors, nobody seems to care. Like about more than 3 years ago, I was trying to decide if there were like ethical ways to exploit animals, or if it was correct to eat meat or wear leather belts or something. But I couldn't come to a final decision until one day I ordered a burger at Wendy's. Like next to my table, through the window, I could see the kitchen, and I think they forgot to pull down the drapes because it wasn't very appetizing. I could see like cows hanging from the ceiling and butcher was slicing them. It was disgusting, and when I looked at my burger, I knew that I was responsible for another animal's life, and I couldn't live with myself knowing that. So I decided to never consume meat ever again. Not a lot of people experience it this way, so I think a look is worth 1,000 words. This is why I recommend you to watch a movie called Earthlings, in which you can see the actual footages of how animals are treated. In some factories, they are locked up in small spaces, and they fall into depression. And there are many other things that happen to them, which are, I don't know, very sad. I think this movie is even sadder when Simba's father died. It's like, you will cry. Definitely. I know, okay. The second reason is the environment. By 2050, there will be 2 billion, about 2 billion more people on Earth. So we should find ways of the more sustainable lifestyle. So what is the most sustainable lifestyle? If shifting away from animal-based foods would add up to 49% to global food supply without expanding croplands. This is because a big proportion of crops that are grown are fed to the livestock. And if this food is not fed to the livestock, it could be fed to people, and it could resolve world hunger. Animal husbandry creates more carbon emissions than all transportations combined. And I think this is very important because when people think about environment, they think about transportation as the biggest problem. 3/4 of world's fisheries are overexploited. For 1 kilogram of fish that are caught, 5 kilograms of unintended marine species are discarded as bykill. 5 kilograms die for nothing, no reason. From water's perspective, it would be most sustainable to eat plant-based foods. On this table, you can see how much water is needed to produce 1 kilogram of certain foods. To produce 1 kilogram of beef, you need 15,400 liters of water. But to produce 1 kilogram of potatoes, you just need 287 kilograms. That's 53 times less. And yeah, why not? So you might be thinking, okay, I want to live a sustainable lifestyle, and I feel bad for the animals. But what about our health? Didn't meat help us evolve? Yeah, it helped us evolve 2.6 million years ago, when only other choice was to eat nuts, berries, or raw tubers. Imagine eating a raw potato. Not very tasty, right? But today you can make food like plants, like thanks to plant domestication, you can eat variety of fruits and vegetables and grains and make delicious food, which are very satiating. So what is healthy really? It is really hard to determine nowadays since everyone is saying different things. If you read an article about how healthy meat is or dairy, you should check the sponsor because meat and dairy industries try to sponsor medical researches that show that it is necessary, but it actually isn't. Humans have long intestines, which is perfect for digesting plant foods, but we're not predators. We can't digest meat easily. Like if you've eaten like a large amount of meat, like you might feel bad after, right? No? Yeah. Okay. Because it's hard for us to digest. And people often try to avoid plant-based diet because they think it is like unhealthy, or they'll be weak, or they get protein deficient. Even the healthiest meat that was grass-fed, and for example, if animals were in luxurious farms or had great lives, it still causes some implications to our health. People actually like this. The foods increase the chances of getting several chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes and heart disease because it's high in cholesterol and fat and low in antioxidants. So people with these chronic diseases cure themselves only just by switching their diet to whole foods plant-based diet. And I think that says a lot because, yeah. So, yeah, about protein deficiency, like people think that, what I want to say is like, plants have protein also, not only meat. And you can get a lot of protein from plant foods, and you don't need meat to get a sufficient amount of proteins. And also, dairy is considered to be a health food because it has calcium. So wouldn't we get bone fracture if we didn't get enough calcium? The reality is calcium, magnesium, iron, copper, all those minerals are in the soil. And plants absorb them through roots. And then these animals eat those plants, and that's why their byproducts have those minerals. But wouldn't it be easier to directly eat plants rather than feeding it to others and then, long process? So yeah, here you can see like a small proportion of vegetables that contain calcium and iron. So there are many sources, like you wouldn't get deficient. So what I'm trying to get to is that we should make small changes in our everyday lives, which could lead to big differences. For example, this belt is not leather, but it can hold my pants, right? And shoes can warm you if they're not real leather. And like food can satiate you if it's not meat. Like you can just every day, like for example, if you're trying to, eat a burger, just eat a veggie burger. It's exactly not exactly the same, but it tastes really good. And it's better for the environment, for your health, and for the animals, because animals didn't die. And I think we should care about other animals rather than ourselves.